Hello. Hello, hello. I'm gonna invite Steffi. Voy a invitar a Steffi. Spiritually. Wow, so fast.
Hi. Hello.
Hola, how are
Hola,
you?
hola, hola. You look so cute.
I cut my hair, so I'm like,
Ooh, I love it.
how are you today?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm covering up with a weighted blanket.
Oh my God, it's still
It's
cold.
cold
Oh
where I am.
wow.
It's very cold.
Wow.
Yeah,
No, here
but it's
it's
all right. My heart is warm.
really, really, really hot. Like it's starting to, like you know, when you wake up and you already feel the summer, like the vibe, the humidity, and it's like, huh.
Yes.
But it's okay. It's cloudy and it's a little bit windy. It's nice, but it's coming. We can feel it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Bring on the spring. Bring on the summer.
Exactly. We're in the spring
Yeah.
break right now. I'm sorry. I think this is moving a little bit, but I'm like,
That's okay. Me too. But this might
yeah.
there.
Sorry. So welcome. I'm super happy to have you here. Um, how have you been? What's going on with your life? Do you have your cacao? Do you wanna have our cacao now?
Yes, let's do it.
Great.
Yes.
So I'm gonna prepare mine when we are talking. Today I have my cacaocita paste. So I'm gonna just like take a little bit of this because I like really soft cacao in the morning, and especially today that I have another ceremony. Just vanilla, because you know what? This is the like the how can I say? Well, like the original people used to relate vanilla with the memory, with the good
Uh-huh.
memories to like
Yeah.
remember things, and it has a lot of like uses. But I thought it was really interesting, and I think it's really accurate for our conversation, especially
Uh-huh.
because I know that you work with the memories. So I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, I'm gonna use this vanilla.
Yes. So beautiful. I love that. Soft. That's what mine is today too. Very soft.
Right, right. What did you put on yours?
Well, mine is soft, but I wanted to have a punch of the same sort of sayulita energy. So inside mine, I put some dried, like dehydrated pineapple and maracuya.
Oh wow! Oh, I never
Yeah,
tried that.
yeah. So
Wow.
it's just dissolved in there, and you get these little bites,
Yes.
these little like memories as you're
Yeah.
drinking it. So I was feeling tropical and missing the beauty of your tropics.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was just thinking about that. That sounds like tropical and funny a little bit, like like
Uh-huh.
it has this vibe of freshness.
Yes.
Nice.
And vanilla, of course, as well. And something different that I put in here today that I don't always put in my cacao, but because again, it's the morning and it's my first real opening of my heart, I also use adaptogenic mushrooms or sometimes like MCT oil, really to give that lubrication inside of my lymphatic system, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. But you didn't add it today, or did
I
you?
did. So
Oh
that was one other thing I
wow!
forgot. Yes.
That's why you're so flowy.
I can't
I
stop
know
smiling.
that. Nice. So well, I would love to hear from you. It's been I think that when I met you it was 1 year ago, exactly 1 year ago.
Yeah.
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 And I don't know what's going on with you. How are you today? I would love to share your essence with my audience. So just express yourself and tell us, who are you now? What are you doing? How are you feeling?
Well, I'm very smiley. We see that, obviously. But my name is Stephanie, and the people who know and love me call me Steffi.
Okay.
And sometimes they call me Steph or Stefanke. My family is from Ukraine. And so I have sort of a very mysterious and mystical lineage. And that's really, really where it starts. On all parts of my lineage, on my mom and my dad's side, I come from the alchemists and wizards and gypsies and plant medicine people in the forests and the mountains of Europe. And part of my family as well, on my mom's side, actually are indigenous traveling people who are from Turkey and who also have connection through Siberia and all the way into the Middle East. So I also have that sort of little bit of,
Gypsy, yeah.
Gypsy.
Everywhere. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, and how did you discover that? How did you start? What makes you investigate that? Or your parents like told you all this story?
Well, I think that for so many children who grow up to immigrant families, a part of the past and a part of our heart has to be forgotten in order to write a new story. Yeah. So when we talk about our heart and how that call to our heart is, for me, I have always been a child who lived from my heart. I am a Leo. I am always about my heart. And that has gotten me into so much trouble, right?
Tell us about the travel. We love travels.
Well, when you're younger and you're trying to find your purpose and you're trying to follow the compass of who you are, sometimes your heart is so loud and so proud.
Yeah.
But it sometimes needs to just be stable and just always dependable. So I think my story is about how I tamed my heart and aligned with my heart and created this magical dance between my heart.
Yes.
As opposed to awakening to it.
Yes. Yeah. So when you were like really, really young, you were feeling that you kind of identify that call of your heart and you were willing to follow it no matter what?
No matter what. I was wild and I was very creative and expressive always. My parents would be like, please, please stop inventing. Please, we can't keep up anymore. Like, we don't know what you want, where you're going. Like, stop. And you know what? That's okay because hearts are made to be elastic and they're made to stretch, right? Yeah. So in the dance that I learned with my heart, it brought me to many different places. And that journey was always about finding my purpose for the world. And I know that sounds crazy and cliche, but it's the truth. It is like literally every day for my whole life, I wanted to make a difference and I didn't know how.
Yeah.
So I took some interesting adventures along the way. And people are always curious about those adventures.
So for like translating it a little bit in this other like more rational way of thinking, like following your purpose was the last thing that you mentioned, right? Like feeling that I need to do something different, or I'm here for something but I don't know what it is. And you kind of like feel to take different actions and you start following different things until you find out what is it. Okay, That's a description of following the purpose journey.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
And when I was very young, I was always connected with plants, of course, and animals and all of the things. And I started working with flowers when I was 14. And I worked.
Okay, in which way?
I worked in a flower shop throughout high school. I went to an agricultural college and I took horticulture, technology, and studies. And my major, although I was in cold northern Canada,
Yes.
my major was tropical plants and plants of power.
Oh, wow.
So I was already wanting to follow my heart into something different. And let's be real, I didn't want to be outside in the cold making Arctic gardens. I wanted to be somewhere different with something. And so I worked in the plants and the gardening and the greenhouse world, which was where my green heart came, and that purpose of following Mother Nature and connecting. But there was something that was still missing for me. There was something that was pulling me like down to the earth, that darkness and that holding of like earth to the roots, you know, how that muddy, sticky soil. And I didn't feel that I really appreciated the gifts of being in nature. So I started moving along on my adventure somewhere else. And the calling of my heart brought me to death.
Okay. Okay.
So
can you, can you go a little bit deeper on that part?
So after I studied horticulture in college and was very connected in the educational way, but not in the application of plants, there was a disconnect. I got into working in a funeral home. Yes. Wow. And I actually studied to become an embalmer. And I worked with dead bodies. And my whole day was dedicated to restoring the energy of the person.
Okay, not the people that are like arrange the bodies when they are the people that arrange the body when they are
So as an embalmer, I worked essentially as a surgeon who was manipulating the heart, because embalming is a process of circulation and creating an artificial pump, which is the heart, to push out everything old and to accept the new embalming fluid, which preserves the body. So every day I worked in the position of now interrupting somebody's heart that has died and now re-showing or reinvigorating this process. And I would physically watch it. So part of the reason why I became a medicine woman and I shifted into this spiritual world of guidance and as a wisdom keeper is because of the experiences I used to see every day in crime scenes and hospice and places of family homes or places where suicide happened. And there was a lot of energy that were circumstances that were also having to do with the hearts of the loved ones that were left behind. So
is it something common? Is it something like common on that period of your life? Was it common?
No.
Or it was really like hidden and...
I was just this weird girl who just felt very connected to helping people and to holding space. And because my family was Ukrainian, and in our culture, death is something to be celebrated. And it is something not to be afraid of. It is natural. And so I never felt a fear around it at all. I always felt totally safe and in this natural place. So that's where my heart started walking, kind of like, you know, like abuela,
On
abuela,
that.
but
Okay, cool.
also this like love and light at the same time. And so my growing of self came into understanding how I could have the capacity to see heartbreak and to feel heartbreak and to see death of the heart, and
Okay.
how I could ensure that everything I did in my life was a reflection of what I wanted.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Cool.
And what I
That's true.
wanted was to go back to being a florist. So after working for 3 years with autopsies, and I also worked for a nonprofit organization that harvested eyes for transplants
Oh, wow.
for donors.
Harvested
Yes,
eyes.
yes.
I didn't
So
even know that that existed. Wow.
yes. So when somebody passes away, if they donate their eyes and the eyes are harvested very quickly from the body,
Ah.
there can be many people who can receive the gift of sight from
Oh
maybe,
my God, that's crazy. Wow, I
right?
have no idea about that.
Yes.
Wow.
So here I was with all of this information, seeing the sciences of human body and death and also illness, right? Because I was working so much with people who are dying of cancer and AIDS and autoimmune disorders
Yeah.
and morbid
Yeah.
obesity and lifestyle things that could have been prevented. It just brought me into the depression of my own heart
Oh,
again.
yeah.
And I
Yes.
felt this hopelessness of humanity.
Yeah.
And that led to me having my first breakdown.
Yes.
Hmm.
Your dark night of the soul.
My dark night of the soul, the first of many, right?
Yes, just the number one.
Right? Just the number one.
Yeah.
And that allowed me to really step into what I wanted. And that was to bring sexy, beautiful creativeness to the world. And there was nothing more that could symbolize that to me than flowers.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
they're like, right? Flowers and fruit. They're the ultimate gift.
Yes.
They are the ultimate. That's all we should ever want to be, is just
Yes.
fruit.
Yes. Yes.
So I tried to change my approach and grow into a beautiful fruit instead of feeling
Yeah.
fruity.
Nice. Nice change. Uh-huh. What
And
happened?
and then after being in the business of horticulture, flower shop, weddings, events, retail, you know, the consumables of life that
Mm.
people live in this world that they must buy to have worth, and they must have all these things to define them. It brought me to my second dark night of the soul.
Yeah. Okay.
And really, I couldn't hide from myself anymore. I couldn't hide from the fact that I thought I was bringing my purpose to the world, but really I wasn't.
Okay. Yeah.
And at that point, I realized my body was getting sick.
Wow.
It was very, very sick. And so, in a crazy tornado of energy and events, in 2016, we decided to move to Mexico and to follow the journey of opening our heart to more than just perfection, to
Oh, cool.
experience, to something authentic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. From you for you also. Like
Mm-hmm.
more like an inner work. That's interesting because you know what I'm noticing here in this journey that you're sharing with us, and it's like this all ups and downs and like going into these corners and then like feeling that yeah this is my thing and then like no this is not, and that the hard call also maybe is the journey itself. So sometimes we just realized that, oh, maybe that thing that I was doing or that I done for a long time wasn't aligned, but maybe it was in the way because it was preparing you or you were learning and also like working new skills and sharing with people that maybe learn a lot from you. And if you weren't like in that place, you will never meet these people, and many things wouldn't happen. So sometimes the journey itself is the hard call, just like being willing to or being open and vulnerable to like go through these breakdowns, like get up again, just try, like literally go to the corner and then like go up and down, and just being always open to what's next. Get into that. I just feel all the passion. It's like you go really into the things, I feel. So I think that's really a hard action.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
With passion, right?
It is. And I can only really compliment with what you're saying completely again, as this time I spent working on human bodies pulled me up and over top of things. And it made me have a perspective that I never would have seen before. And I use that. I use that every day because I see it in the humans. I see it in my relationships because it's how I was taught the archetypes of seeing energy. So of course, everything you're saying is true. Without these experiences, we wouldn't have the wisdom to share. And we also wouldn't have, you know, the street credit, like the truth, you know, the street cred.
Yeah.
That you earned it. You know?
I know that expression, like yes.
No, mommy.
I'm coming from there, right? Yeah, but that's true. Yeah, like the lotus that grows in the mud.
Of course. And I loved looking at the heart and experiencing so many things because the heart has 4 ventricles. We have 4 directions. When you look at numerology and you look at duality and all of these sacred geometry and all the things, it's all interchangeable, right? No matter how you tell the story, those things weave together. And so if anybody would have ever told me that I would learn quantum healing through watching a dead heart, I would never believe them. You have to just follow the call in order to realize that one day looking back, what did I do? Wow, that was cool.
Yeah.
But in the moment, you're just trying to show up for yourself.
Yeah. Yes. Wow. Wow. So right now, how do you show up on the world? Like, how do you be in your life? How do you act every day? What is your character right now? Which character are you playing right now?
The beauty about life is that we can play many characters at the same time, right?
Okay, nice.
And my work, how I work, and my purpose are very much the same. I am able to live and to survive from the work that I do. And that comes from the work as a medicine woman, as a wisdom keeper, and through healing that I offer in collaboration and one-to-one with people. So I'm sort of like a life coach in a way. I'm sort of like the person you step into ceremony with. I also do a lot of mentorship with other healers who are trying to find their way. Maybe that's just because I'm getting old. And the years, trust me.
But you have experience.
Right. Let's say that the experience, right? And so now I live in that place where I'm able to offer people opportunities to work together in that way and to collaborate. My passion really is about collaboration now, and to working with people who are trying to create these same containers. But I also work as an artist, and I still am doing things on the side in the other worlds of design, and I'm always trying something new and creating something. And that's really the alchemy of life, is trying something new all of the time. But I love to cook. I love food as much as you. And I believe it's really, truly the medicine that is there for us every day, that we build trust in, and that also it gives back to us, right? Because of the experience we make in the preparation.
Yes, for sure, sure. Well, that's lovely. And I have one question as a wisdom keeper and as a medicine woman. What do you think about the medicine of cacao? What is your perspective? You can describe it in like just a short
okay. So
sentence.
The only way I can describe it, and the way I really got to learn it and know it in my own way, was how it brings me courage with love.
Wow. Yes. That's an amazing description. That's true. Courage with love.
Yeah. When I need that extra something to get going, that motivation, but right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you for that. So about this following your heart, and like also because you are a coach and you wanna like share your experience and connect people and just like help the people to find their way, as you said, what would you say to someone that it's feeling that, or at least she or he feels that I think this is a call from my heart, but I don't know, how would you identify that call from your heart? How would you like help them?
Well, you know what? So many times we forget to simply ask.
Ask.
And create a container that supports a response.
Okay.
So go
how will be
to sit with your body. Your body has the answers. You don't even have to ask the questions. So when you allow yourself to sit with yourself, to be quiet, to be nourished, and to be a human being, not a human doing.
See?
Right? You will
know.
And don't be discouraged. It doesn't mean that you're going to know. Not everything is this moment of like,
oh, I had a realization. Yeah.
Through the years that I spent in the dark nights of the soul, through all of those years, there wasn't one moment that was like, this was it. Yeah. No, it was the moments collectively that I chose to pick myself up.
Exactly.
And to show up, no matter how that was, that matters. So just show up for yourself and ask. That's all you need to do.
That's amazing. Thank you for that. I love that you said being a human being. It's like, yes.
Of course.
That's amazing. Right? Yeah. Yeah, you can sit literally discourage. You can literally sit with a cacao and just ask and be there with your body, and that's it. And then go out and experiment the world and live your life and feel what's going on in you while you're going through this journey. That's amazing. Thank you very much. What else? I have many questions, but just for closing, I think I want to highlight some things that you said, like especially this thing about like the whole journey, and this thing that you just said about maybe you will never really know everything, but like just following that and feeling that peace, maybe feeling in your body and following this whisper and being open to change your characters, right? To like be flexible and just be open to whatever life wanna brings you. I think that's kind of like one of the pearls of this chat, one of the pearls of this conversation. I really love also your eclectic character. I had I drank with you a lot. I shared it with you. I don't know why. So that's why also why I have my vanilla, or maybe because we are in this traveling there. I don't know. Um, so yeah, I really appreciate your being here, and yeah, your life and the way that you share it with joy and with like, no, no, we're doing this, but we can do that, and I'm doing this, and you can do this too, and I'm open to do this and that, and that's lovely. That's this eclectic energy that I love. It's beautiful. I don't know if you wanna share something else, especially for the people that are watching us and that are like seeking this call from their heart, and like kind of like when they identify, let's say that they listen and they're like, okay, this is the path. Another advice, another like tool that they can have to like sustain their self,
For
hold
sure. One
their
thing
self.
to really make it easy for people, you
Okay.
need to see yourself as a whole being with a
Okay.
body,
Okay.
with a
Yes.
mind,
Yes.
and with a soul. And when you understand that you have these different parts of yourself, you can
Mm-hmm.
take lessons from one part or another. So I
Oh.
I work with a lot of doctors, especially people who work in oncology, because I do a lot of work with people healing cancer and autoimmune disorders. And one lesson I've learned that I take with me everywhere I go is the more flexible and the more elastic your mind
Yes.
is, the more elastic your body will be in being able to bounce back from disease or interruptions, or to stretch to hold things, to bring things into place. And I said it earlier, your heart is an elastic, right?
Yes.
And it grows and it contracts and it has that possibility just like we do. So when we look at our healing and we look at ourselves and we weave together all those different facets,
Yes.
and we remember, the more flexible our mind, the more flexibility we have to control our body,
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
health, and our ability to believe. Because if we can expand, then we can welcome something of faith, of possibility, of that other world that I go to a lot, you know.
Wow, that's, I love that. I love that. Yes. Yes. Actually, yeah, because the reality, the world is mental at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're
And how many
flexible here, you can be, yeah, you will be more open to like be flexible also with your body, and it's like, yeah, we're a whole container. And I love that you said you can take different like lessons from each part of your body. That's amazing. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This was lovely, and yeah, you, I think you share really a really like valuable like gift to us, to the people that are like just feeling something, but you know that because we are kind of programmed to won't believe, to don't believe that we know,
Mm-hmm.
or that we can. So this is so beautiful that you can like share, you know, doesn't matter, just like go and be and follow and fucking show up in the world. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you for sharing your cacao with me too. Um, and thank you for talking a lot about the heart. That's lovely too. That's one thing that I didn't know about you. So thank you very, very, very much.
Anytime, sister. So much love.
Gracias.
Gracias. Recibo con amor.
Entrego con amor. Adiós.
Adiós.
Thank you very, very, very much. That was Steffi. Please go to her profile if you wanna reach out of her. And also, gracias a ti. Yeah, at the beginning of this video, I was preparing my cacosita today with vanilla. We talk about the properties. Also, Steffi shared a beautiful, amazing recipe for another tropical cacosita. I think that would be great cold. So I'm gonna try it with the pineapple season that is coming. So thank you very much. See you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.